Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sorry, just had to step out of frame for a moment there. Once again, guys, welcome back. Today, we are completing the round two of the My Favorite uh, Tag Team Tournament. At least that's what I've been calling it, My Favorite Tag Team Tournament. You know, we've already done these My Favorite Hasbro tournaments, My Favorite LJN tournaments. You know, I guess I'm going to be known as the tournament guy, but you know what? I'm perfectly content with that because I really get a blast out of doing these videos, so why not? And I've already talked about wanting to do Remco tournaments and Galoob tournaments. Shoot, I'm going to keep going for as long as I can and as long as you guys get a pleasure out of these videos, so... Today, or at least in this video, we're gonna work on Group D with the Remcos. Again, we only have 3 winners from the last round, and let me recoup or let me refresh your guys' memories here. So, in round 1, High Flyers defeated the Fabulous Ones. The Road Warriors defeated Long Riders, and the Freebirds defeated the Gagne Raiders. So, with 3 winners, I am going to choose 1 winner. So I am going to eliminate 2 tag teams from this matchup. And that sucks. So I'm just going to count down the winners so far. Because what I said was I was going to count... when I made my last video, just finished my last video a few minutes ago, I said I was going to count the winners, try and make sure I had an even number of victors, and I didn't do that before I started recording this video, so, and that's on me, guys. Sorry about taking up more of your time here. Round 1, alright, round 2, alright, round 2, we had 4, 7, and then Hasbro, we had 5. That's 12. So Remco, now where's Galoob at? Alright, here it is. So Galoob, we had 3. That's 15. So, yeah. With 15, I'm going to need 1 winner to make it an even 16. And then in round 3, we'll go ahead and... we'll have an even matchups from there on out. So, Freebirds, Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, and High Flyers. So, let's get them pulled. And who else did I say? Freebirds. I always feel like every time I do a Remco video or a Remco tournament video, either that day or within a couple days of making that video, I get a specialty figurine. I'm not very familiar with this particular character, but he won't be a part of this tournament, of course, but I just want to show it off. Is it the most dynamic figure I've ever gotten in? No, but again, you know me, I want to acquire custom Remcos, and he was a decent one, so I liked it, and I picked him up. You know, he didn't cost an arm and a leg or anything, so I got a Jeff Hardy Remco. Is it the highest quality you ever seen? I really like the Honky Tonk Man, that one, no doubt. This one is still a fantastic figure, and, you know, the paint on it, I really like it. Really meshes well with the Jeff Hardy figures I've seen of the character. He doesn't blend in well with this particular era of figures, but a custom's a custom. And I've been calling him Steelers 16. I'm mistaken. Steelers 12 is his screen name on eBay. And if you want to check him out, you know, I like his stuff a lot, so, and he's reached out to me and asked if I want any particular figures. I'm like, nope. Hey, man, just any customs will do, especially if it's from that era. Absolutely, I'll be in on it. So, recently, from Steelers 12, Honky Tonk Man, and now the Jeff Hardy. That's pretty awesome. And if you guys are interested, I kind of do a lot of advertising for other people. I never advertise for myself, but like I advertise for other people like crazy. I gotta stop that, but uh, David Garland on Etsy, he makes these stands. I absolutely love them, especially the Remco stands. They're amazing. So I like to give shout outs to particular people, especially when they give you good products and services and whatnot. So whenever I can, I definitely would like to do that. All right, so we will start off with the high flyers. I said it before, I don't really know anything about the Greg Gagne character. From Vern Gagne, the father, the owner of American Wrestling Association. Yeah, I think anyone who follows wrestling knows at least a little bit about, that name or that particular character. At least the Gagne name in general. You don't have to be a AWA fan. I mean, I didn't grow up with AWA. I knew next to nothing about AWA. Pretty much anything I've learned about AWA have come over the last couple of years. Just kind of being a collector and learning about history of certain wrestlers and the different territories they've transferred from. Whether you like the Gagne Raiders or if you like the High Flyers, I really think that Greg Gagne has some pretty solid figures nonetheless. And with the tie-dye trunks, I really like this one in particular. And of course, with these particular figures, with Remcos, because they all have the He-Man body type, the thing that you're looking for the most is accessory. They're all the exact same figure. None of them are going to have any kind of special action or anything that's going to make them better than another. So it all boils down to accessory. And the High Flyers definitely have the best. Not only with the color scheme with their trunks, but the accessories, outstanding. And of course, Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, who we all know from the Killer Bees tag team. So at least here is a character that I'm at least familiar with and know a little bit about. And he actually has, if not my number one favorite Remco figure, he has to be at least top 3, top 5 among the Remcos. And I think someone like, Barbarian or Buddy Rose, that Summers character who, again, I don't know much about. I'm just learning about these characters. Those are figures that, and I actually just got a Summers figure recently. I just bought him on card. Crazy expensive. God, I hate myself for that one, but I mean, I needed them, and it's nice to have a Matt Mania carded figure. But those are some really fantastic figures. The tie-dye on this, I mentioned it before, the last time I did a Remco video, tournament video. Eric Boyer, Wrestling Rider, he actually made me a LJN custom with the tie-dye. Not this particular color scheme, but this was one he did actually point out. So he sent me pictures of different outfits that wrestlers have worn, and I get to choose design my own figure and whatnot. So I do have a couple of singles gear Jim Brunzell figures, and again, with the accessory and with one of my favorite set of trunks, amazing piece. And these figures, like I said, they're playable just like any of the Remcos are. Great look. This is why, even though I didn't really grow up or was not a huge fan of Remco for many years, this is a reason why I classify the High Flyers from Remco as one of the elite figures and one of my favorites to win the tournament. I have made so many shocking decisions in my tournament videos that even though I may not have grown up with these, it does not mean that it's going to preclude them from being victorious. I think these guys have about as great of an opportunity to win as any of them. One issue with this video, and I say it with a lot of tournament videos, and it all depends on that particular video or that particular video's competition. With Legion of Doom, one of my favorite tag teams ever. Absolutely love the group. Are their Remcos the greatest figures that have ever been produced? No. they are probably not even better than Hasbro. The LJNs, which are customs, even though for years, or not years, but for like the last couple years, year and a half or whatever, yeah, we'll call it a couple years, I hadn't been classifying Ram Treasures as customizers. I've been classifying them as their own, toy making company, like Hasbro and Bandai and any other toy company. But then when you actually start looking at the figures, you're like, okay, they are customizers because they're just reutilizing the same figures. So now I do classify them as customizers. Are their figures better? They're maybe. But can I really pass on the Remco version? I love Legion of Doom. These are phenomenal pieces. The little chaps, are pretty solid. The face paint, they could have done a little bit better, I think, for considering how great these guys were. But for a tag team that never really stayed in one particular territory for long periods of time, like they bounced around forever. And they were always successful no matter where they went to. And considering that they were never really like the most talented, group of guys, tag team, that they really had to kind of like grow into their craft, made it all the more impressive. I'm not ready to say goodbye to the Road Warriors just yet. So I am going to move on to the Freebirds. The one thing that's working against the Freebirds right now is I don't really know anything about either of these guys. So Terry Gordy, Buddy Roberts, I have very little knowledge, pretty much nothing in terms of familiarity with either character. What I love about the figures are aesthetically, they look absolutely amazing. Buddy Roberts has probably one of the best, robes or accessories of the line. And even though I don't have the accessory on this figure, again, with all the carded figures, do I really need them for the loose figures? Not really. It's just nice to have them. This one is a little bit jacked up. But still, they're all playable figures. They're great figures. I like the figures that are a little bit different from others. Terry Gordy, he's got, in one package, he's got like a very chiseled thin abs, like, just like all the other Remcos. And then this one, he's got a more, flabby belly. Jimmy Garvin's another one of those characters. I think in like the 3-pack, Jimmy Garvin is like, really stacked. And then in like the grudge match, where he's in the grudge match 2-pack with Scott Hall, he's got more of a body like this. So these are great figures. And among the Remcos, I think in a single tournament, either as a tag team or as individual figures, I think either one could have done pretty well. But in this particular tournament, with the different lines of figures, at least for now, I have my first elimination for this video. So it is going to boil down to the High Flyers or Legion of Doom. Now, Road Warriors, one of my absolute favorites of all time. Trying to think. I believe the Legion of Doom Hasbro is still in competition. I know both their LJN figures have been removed from the tournament. I know next to nothing about Greg Gagne. Jim Brunzell, again, because of the Killer Bees, I have a little bit of understanding of his history. A little bit of familiarity with his wrestling and whatnot. I never liked that whole, jump up and hit him in the face with your butt type of thing. There's a female wrestler that does the same thing. I never understood how that's like supposed to be like a finisher or something, but you throw him against the ropes, you turn around, like butt to the face, like what? What was her name? Like I haven't watched wrestling in like a million years. I've only become familiar with the female wrestlers because I've been watching all their Royal Rumbles while I was on deployment last year, and I think her name was Naomi. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please correct me. I mean, she was actually one of my more, one of the more fun I keep calling them actors. One of the more fun wrestlers. They are actors too. I mean, it's like I said, it's a sport, but it's also acting. All right, guys. I don't want this video to go too long. I think I'm gonna make my decision. I am gonna go with the High Flyers. And even though I love the tag team of Road Warriors / Legion of Doom, I just think from Remco, they did a much better job with the design of this particular tag team. And what do I say in these tournaments? It's not just about who the figures are scoring off in that particular matchup, but who gives you the best opportunity to advance not only to the next round, but the round after. I think these guys, depending on, you could potentially move, not only defeat the Road Warriors, move on to round 3, but I think they could have a better opportunity to defeat whoever they score off in round 3 to move on to round 4. These guys could very well have been eliminated in round 3. These could be round 4, round 5, round 6 contestants, etc. So, much better opportunity for success. Let's just put it that way. So, for Part D, round 2 ends with the High Flyers moving on to round 3. Alright, so I've made 2 videos today. Generally, I like to make multiple videos, but man, I've just been so stuck on doing other things, cleaning around the house and reorganizing. I've redone this basement again. I'm constantly doing and redoing and redoing and doing and redoing this basement like over and over and over again. That's why I make so many walkthrough videos, is because it's not like I change up the room like once a year. So some folks, I do a walkthrough like once a year, but me, I pretty much do a walkthrough like every few months or so, sometimes even more than that, because I always want to show off what changes I made. And, I mean, not significant changes. I mean, I didn't redecorate the whole room or anything, but I have made some changes, so will I do another walkthrough? I don't know. Maybe. How much time we at? 18 minutes. Let's see. Hopefully. Alright, again, not significant changes. Just small changes. So, trying to see. Alright, so I just got rid of that little stupid hat display. I mean, that never did anything for me. So I took a lot of my Hasbros off the walls, leading down the stairs, and I put them on the doors. Made it much more compact that way. And what I also did was finally put all the series together to the best of my ability. So right now, all of Series 9 Purple Cards is complete. Series